I wanted to start with this video of Zion Williamson that was posted on Instagram. And it came out of nowhere because I'd been telling you that I was fearing the worst for Zion Williamson, that I didn't think he was going to play this season. And said that, 3 months ago. Zion goes back to New Orleans, spending time in Portland, rehabbing his foot. Now, that was March 5th. He is cleared to progress in basketball activities. The Pelicans have won 4 straight games. They're in the playoff race. And then all of a sudden, Zion puts out a video of him dunking. Now, nobody else is in the gym. He's got his shirt off. He is in New Orleans, but he has a dunk that probably would have won the dunk contest, but not expected to play this season. Now, that was 2 days ago. Not expected to play. He had been attending the Pelicans home games and appears to be in positive spirits, according to teammates, coaches. Underwent surgery to repair a broken foot last summer. And he, I guess, had several targets on maybe coming back this season, but wasn't able to do that. And I wonder about the video, the timing of the video, because, Shams Charania in The Athletic said that he's the one that reported that they were going to shut him down the rest of the season. Likely shut him down. This one feels like Zion wants you to know, everyone to know, hey, I want to play. I know it's easy to make a comparison with Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan broke his foot, and this is his second season in the NBA, and the Bulls said you're not going to play the rest of the year. Well, Jordan wanted to come back, did come back, had a memorable series against the Boston Celtics in the Boston Garden, but this is different. How we view these athletes, Zion a few years younger than Michael Jordan was, maybe he wants to come back, but if you're the Pelicans, you got to be thinking bigger picture, long-term with Zion. Are you going to be able to re-sign him? You're going to have that long-term contract with him. Does he want to stay in New Orleans? This is where I want to talk to Zion if I'm the Pelicans, just to say, let's just get a sense here that we're going to work together through this, that we can't have you going rogue and giving a different message than the message that we're presenting. And it felt like Zion wants you to know, I'm judging by the way he dunked the basketball. He looks in shape. If I'm the Pelicans, I'm not pleased about this because I don't know what the upside is. And I don't think a doctor goes, here's your rehab. This is what we prescribe. How about you try to do a Vince Carter dunk? Yeah. Go out there. Okay, you had foot surgery, you're rehabbing your foot, and then you're out there dunking. I wouldn't be pleased about this at all because this feels like there's a little disconnect between Zion and the franchise, right? And nobody else is in the building except for whoever's filming this, but I was surprised. Does he want to play? Can he play? And it's one thing to do something, a highlight, a dunk. He hadn't been cleared to play 3-on-3, let alone 5-on-5. But if you have a team in the play-in game, you may be playing the Lakers here. I don't know. It just felt like it put a little more pressure on the Pelicans that it's like, well, why isn't he playing? If he's doing that, I got to believe I could probably use him for 10 or 15 minutes a night. And then you had some other things. Remember when J.J. Redick said on the mothership that, Zion has really been kind of distant, kind of disconnected with, you can't be a franchise player and do this during your rehab. C.J. McCollum, they get him from Portland. Zion doesn't reach out to him reportedly. So it just felt like Zion was on his own island there, rehabbing in Portland, not in New Orleans. But as they move forward with this, does he want to play? Is he saying he wants to play? They won't let me play. Hey, look at what I can do. But it did jump out because I was like, wow, he just did that Tuesday night. Yes, Eaton.
Turns out the phrase not expected is extremely crucial here at this moment.
Yes. Yeah.
All of a sudden, not expected is kind of, you could equally write that headline as Zion Williamson might return.
He hasn't been cleared to play by the team to do, 5-on-5, but he does a lot of on-court workouts portions of the practice that have been open to the media. Williamson has done some light shooting without jumping. Now, it's like when everybody leaves, then he starts going crazy. Well, the media's here, just some light jumpers here. Is everybody gone? Yeah, they're gone. Yeah! Throw this down. Yeah, Paulie.
Where do you guys side on this one? Let's say he's technically cleared to play, technically by the doctors, but your management and the coaches of the New Orleans Pelicans, do you say, like, you know what, we could jumpstart this franchise. We get a 10-9 game versus the Lakers. Everyone's watching. That 10-9 game Lakers-Pelicans will be the most watched game of the NBA this year. We get that win. We get a couple playoff games. We make the franchise feel like relevant. But if somehow he gets hurt in that play-in game or the playoffs, you will be ostracized for years.
Well,
from your
yeah,
decision.
but you got to decide together. I mean, Zion's in it together. Like, you got to say, hey, do you want to play? Do you feel like you can play? And you got to rely on your doctors. Now, I just don't think you walk back in and you're going to play in a playoff game. Can you play in a regular season game or two before you get to the play-in game? I would not have him play. Because I think what happens sometimes when you have sat out for a while, you've been injured, you're coming back, you try harder, you play harder, you overextend yourself. But Pelicans have 10 games left, and they have not given an official update on his status since March 5th, when the team said he was showing, improved signs of the bone healing. Okay, is the bone healed or it's healing? Because that's another, like, where the tenses in these statements, past tense, present tense, bone healing, bone healed. It's for a play-in game. All right. Do I want to risk this? And the answer is no. Would I like to have him be able to play against the Lakers? Yes. But I can't lose him for next season just because he wanted to play. But, man, did it feel strange to see that. Because at first I went, man, that looks like Zion. I got closer and I went, wait, when did they shoot this? Tuesday night. What? I'd love to know what the team's reaction was when they saw this. They're like, did you guys see the video of Zion shooting around? No. Jogging? No. Dunking? Yes. Uh-oh. Yeah, Paul.
This story is starting to remind me of 10 years ago when that great college pitcher Steven Strasburg joined the Washington Nationals. And his first 2 years, they babied him, and they protected his injuries, and they never let him get more than a few starts those first 2 seasons. And they didn't let him play in the playoffs. And the Nationals, back then, were not a playoff team like they have been lately. And they babied him. And his career ended up being really good, but those first few years was very wonky.
Well, Jabba Chamberlain with the Yankees, they babied him. It'd be like he'd get into trouble, and then they'd take him out. I go, you got to learn to pitch out of trouble. It's not like there's trouble. Help! But with Zion, man, I'm really surprised with this, that he put it out. Somebody put it out. I'm not surprised that he might be trying to do this. I'm just surprised that it's out. Because it does feel like it puts the Pelicans backs them into a corner. Like, you guys got to play him. Yes, he.
Yeah, you got to imagine the Pelicans aren't happy about that.
No. But maybe there's going to be an update here soon.